Hey everyone, stick with us versus her. Today I'm going to be going over what the impact report is, what's inside, and all the things that you get that come with it. That we just launched this, and so far the support has been enormous. So thank you so much. But some people wanted an inside look, kind of see what the thinking was behind why we did this. And the main reason is because I initially put it together for myself. Me and my team here, we want to come up with great trade ideas. We want to be able to be profitable in the market. So what we started to do was we started to organize all the data that started coming in, because there's so much noise in the world. We're like, hey, what's actually really important and what really pertains to actual trade ideas? What can I use to actually generate money or put a trade on? And that's where the idea initially came back from the impact report. And the impact report is something that I've been using personally for the last 5 to 6 months. And we just decided to roll it out to everybody else because I've been using it. It's actually been going great. We've made a lot of tweaks. We're going to make further enhancement. This thing's going to be dynamic. It already has changed a lot from the very first report that we've ever done till now. But essentially, what the main goal is to sift through all the data, highlight only the important stuff that pertains to us options traders, so that way we can make informed decisions about the company without having to go do so much like in-depth research. I still suggest you researching and going deep diving into that company if there's interest, but this will bring companies to your attention, and that's the main goal. So like it says here on the front page, important news highlights. You can kind of go through all this. I'm going to go through the report here in a second. Economic reports, weekly earnings calendar. We also have a monthly earnings calendar. We do the company dividend changes and options trade ideas, monthly live Q&A, which I'll show you as well, market moving events, and a bunch of other stuff, which I'm going to walk through the report right now. So let's get to it. This was this week's report. We put our report out every Sunday, and the Sunday it comes out, and sometimes we'll do updates to the report, or we'll have a special report. Like I'll go over this page in a little bit here, but we had a special update when oil went negative. We did a little update to that. So it's you may get one, at the very minimum you'll get one report a week. Sometimes you'll get more. You'll get updates, revisions if things change. We definitely want to keep you up to date, and that's the main goal of what is going on here. But basically we highlight, hey, what is the market focusing on this week ahead? And obviously this week ahead, a lot of the coronavirus stimulus stuff we put together here. This is kind of what you need to start looking out for. OPEC plus, reopening the economy, different things like Treasury Mnuchin said. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said Sunday. So basically we try to highlight the important events for the week ahead, so that way you can kind of prepare yourself mentally, like, okay, what areas do I need to be concentrating on? And this report really highlights that. So market moving events, we also highlight, okay, obviously coronavirus, oil price war, streaming service wars, the presidential election. Obviously it's going to be a while, but we like to bring it up now because things are happening now for the election. So in these couple areas, it's basically a highlight of what's to come this week. What are some potential market moving events that we foresee, right? And obviously things happen. This report's put together and things can happen at any time, and that's why we try to issue updates if something really big happens, like this past week the oil hit negative, and we pushed out another report, so that way you guys can stay up to date on current events. We also keep track of what the options expiration calendar, and really what we try to do is keep all the information on one sheet. So all you can do, like all day every day, I have this right on my desktop on one of my other monitors here. I can scroll through, see what's going on. One of the most important things that I use every day is the economic reports calendar. I look at, hey, what's happening this week? On Monday we had the Chicago Fed National Activity Index, existing home sales. Now Tuesday was pretty big. I shorted Home Depot due to the existing home sales, made $510 profit due to this report and causing Home Depot to crash a bit. So, these reports, you can generate trade ideas from these weekly reports. This week, Wednesday is a little bit light, but usually Wednesdays, there's Fed data, Fed minutes, being released Monday. Wednesdays are a good day for that, but this week there wasn't anything like that. But also keeps track of what time things are, so that way, as a trader, we have all these things in our head. This all has allowed me to really free up my mind. And hey, when's what time is new home sales? What time's durable goods? What time's this? I can just easily just glance and look instead of having to remember all that stuff in my head. Because to be honest, as a trader, things sometimes get a little bit lost here. Also, keeping up to date on international economic reports. For me personally, it's not super important this, but some people trade the international markets such as currencies, and this is where you would get this data as well. Now, getting into the meat and potatoes. Now, business notes is basically where we can start generating trade ideas. Obviously, we foresaw iPhone SE was a market-moving event. iPhone SE, when that announced, Apple moved up. Neiman Marcus filing for bankruptcy. This week also could be potential play in retail, not necessarily Neiman Marcus, but maybe Nordstrom, Macy's, other players like that, other companies like that. Boeing. There was news on Boeing this week, BP, AMC, 24-hour fitness. And then, mainly what this can do is start, just because Neiman Marcus is filing for bankruptcy, maybe you want to do a trade on Nordstrom. And this is really to help get the ideas flowing of what's the potential, what things are moving in the market, so that way you can take action on different things. We also highlight the earnings calendars. Now, the earnings report calendar, there's a lot more earnings in this. What we do is we sift through, we pick out the important ones, we take out like all the penny stock crap and all that stuff. And people probably get mad that I say that, but really just put on the important ones for us options traders are right here. And that's what we really do. We break it down per week before open, and then after market close is the second row here, that we have a nice clean calendar for that. And then also we do a monthly, so you can start planning ahead. Now, going too far ahead for earnings is not really possible, because the earning dates have been changing around so much. Things drop off, things get pushed back, things get pushed up. So we try our best to keep it up to date, and that's why we publish updates and let you guys know. You will get notified via email and notification when updates are going to happen. We also deliver the report over the email, so you don't necessarily have to log into our website and get it, even though you can get the archive data there. But you'll be getting an email with updates and important updates throughout the week, and that also includes like options trade ideas for the people that subscribe to that. But we'll get to that in a second here. Now, right now, this next section is called Focus, where these are going to be the areas that you can focus on that are main events happening in the world right now, so that way you could potentially take advantage of that in the market. We've talked about Gilead this week, which Gilead moved huge this week, to the upside and to the downside. So there was that. Also, we also are tracking the vaccines that are participating in the COVID-19 vaccine. Obviously Gilead, Moderna are the big ones here, but another one that we mentioned that we have been mentioning, INO right here. We've been mentioning this in here. This moved huge this week. If we looked at right now, INO is up from $8 to like $15. So we've been talking about it. It's been in the report here, and you can go through these tickers. Just wanted to bring them up, see if there's anything there. Sometimes there is, sometimes there's not, but just want to bring it to your attention. That's really what the focus area is for, along with this week was also very big on the stimulus funding, more bailout money, because all that ran out, and that's providing you an update here. That also helped move the market back into the green this week. We had a couple rocky days, and then we provide some tidbit information. Conferences, meetings, shows, and major events. We keep track of all the major events for companies that they're performing this week or in the week ahead. Also, anything on mergers and acquisitions. So rumors, basically, this is basically mergers and acquisitions rumors right now. Lyft since the stock is down quite a bit, it could be a potential acquisition for somebody, aka Google. Not saying this stuff is absolutely true or anything like that, but we like to bring it up to maybe create some sort of opportunity, buy the rumor, sell the news kind of events, like stuff like that you find in here. Different CEO news we'll put in here. We also keep track of the dividend changes, so anyone that has changes to their dividend and companies that recently raised their dividend payouts, so that maybe you're interested in stocks like that for long-term investing. IPO updates that IPOs that are scheduled to happen, postponed. That's where you're going to get this information here. And then just other areas that we're focusing in right now: jobs, oil, and then more info for the week ahead. So really just there's a lot of information here. Obviously, you don't just like scan through it and hope to find a trade. You actually have to work. This is just bringing the important information to you. It's not going to outline any trades or anything like that. It's just bringing information to you in a clean fashion, so that way you can keep track of the markets and have an update of what's moving the market. Now, we broke it down. There's two other additional areas: options, trade ideas, and monthly live Q&A, and that's for the Impact Pro members. Essentially what we wanted to do is offer additional help. We do have the plan where you can just get the Impact Report, and then for the people that get the Impact Pro are the people that are going to want additional resources. And essentially the options, trade ideas in here, I'll pull up in here, I post options, trade ideas, and really what this is to expose you to different strategies, get you to start thinking about the market differently. Like on my first post here, what I did was I had a post about USO. I give a description of what I'm thinking about doing with USO, what the plan is for a bullish position, what expiration. I was shorting the 4 strike. I was long the 5 call here. I was short the 4 put. It gives you a target price of what I'm thinking of. And now this is really for entertainment purposes only. You don't have to mimic this trade or anything in that fashion. This is really just for educational purposes, and that way it gives you different strategies and different ways to think about the market. Also updates if things start going bad, or ways to play defense. So I put this position on, here's how I started to play defense on it, and here's what I'm thinking about moving forward with USO, which I currently still have this position on. So basically it talks you through different trade ideas, whether they're profitable or not. But the main thing, I think the main takeaway of this is going to expose you to different strategies to take advantage of the market, so that way you can take this strategy and apply it for different circumstances in the market. The other thing that we're doing is offering the monthly live Q&A. Now, what the monthly live Q&A does is basically I wanted to personalize it, get people together in a smaller setting, more intimate setting, where beginners and more advanced traders can come together and ask questions, talk about the market. It's basically just kind of like an open forum. It's all over Zoom. So we use Zoom to connect with each other and really create that one-on-one dialogue with people. And that's really what I wanted to do with the monthly live Q&A, is have more of an intimate setting, so we can come together as traders, ask questions, get some ideas flowing, and just really come together as a community, outside of what we're already doing on YouTube and Discord, and pretty much anywhere where we're interacting with all the traders within the UVH fam. So this kind of just brings it in for people that want additional help. We offer the monthly live Q&A, so you can ask beginner questions, you can ask advanced questions. It doesn't matter. We're here to help, essentially, and that's what we want to do with the monthly live Q&A. So that's just a brief rundown of the report. If you guys have any questions, you can always contact us on any social media platform. We now have a place where you can contact us on the website, send us an email, call us, whatever the case is. We're here, we want to help. And this is where you actually download the Impact Reports too. So this is under my account. You'll see Impact Report downloads and options, trade ideas, and where you can go and get the reports and special updates as well. So hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, message us on any social media platform, or directly through our website. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.